And that's something I could talk about later with you guys. Right now, this is just the general concept of what we're going to be doing on the other two creatures, right? So far, we've sculpted it. We've gone through multiple passes on the sculpt. We've colored it. Right now, we're going to do quick UVs with UV Master. I'm not going to go in depth on UV Master. I just want quick UVs. This is quick and dirty, right? So I want something. I want to see it in Maya. I'm impatient. I want to get it out. So now I'm going to go down in my Z plugin palette, go to UV Master. Typically you work on clone. So I guess I'll work on clone. I found a lot of times I don't necessarily need to work on clones, although it's recommended. And then let's say unwrap. And it's going to unwrap my mesh. And then let's flatten it just to see what we have. Yeah, it's actually that's not too bad. I mean, there's some cleanup in the hands and or in the limbs, but it's okay for like 2-second UVs. Unflatten that. Let's copy those UVs. Let's switch back to our primary tool. We were on the clone. I'm going to switch back over to my material here. Basic material, there we are. And then go to Z plugin, UV Master, paste UVs. Right? Yeah, this is, I mean, it's one-click solution, right? So I'm not looking for perfect UVs right now. This is really quick and dirty. I'm going to go to my highest subdivision, and now I'm going to start generating maps. So let's go to our texture map. I want to pick my map size. In this case, I'm going to go with 2048. Go to texture map, create new from polypaint. There we go. There's our color map. Next, I'm going to go to normal map. And I want tangent. I want to turn off. I'm going to turn off smooth UVs. Since we're going to be viewing this, we're not going to be viewing this in 3 mode. I'm going to turn off smooth UV, but I do want adaptive turned on. And same thing, texture map 2048. I'll go with the same size. I'm going to say create normal map, but I'm going to step down to my lowest subdivision to create my normal map, because this is when you want to, where you want to create your normal map from is wherever you're going to export from, right? So I'm exporting at my lowest subdivision at 5,820 whatever points. I want to generate my normal map from there. Now, this is outside of out of this class. I mean, this is like we're talking about like more for if you're working with like array render. You'll want to apply displacement. All right. If you have displacement, you would generate displacement from your exporting subdivision, and then you would use your normal map as sort of like a pickup, right? That would be like, you know, I'm going to pick up whatever detail, and this is one way of using a normal map, but I'm saying you want to pick up that extra detail that sort of got lost in the higher subdivision. So like you want to go down like your third or second highest subdivision and generate a normal map to work in conjunction with your displacement. I just wanted to note that. But I'm going to create my normal map now for my lowest subdivision. Really wanted to get into my blend shapes with you guys. Elaborate more on when you're using displacement with normals. Displacement normal is a bit confusing to me. All right, so displacement is you're actually displacing the geometry. You're deforming the geometry with a black and white map, like a bump map, right? With a normal map, it's faking the light. It's telling the light to bounce off the surface in a specific normal direction, right? And the difference between, say, a black and white map like a bump map, right, and a normal map is that a normal is using vector information. A bump map is using sort of straight up and down black and white information. It's not using vector information, right? So a bump map can't handle undercuts and display them very well, but a normal is much better at doing that. the same between a standard displacement and a vector displacement. So displacement is actually deforming the geometry at render time. A normal is sort of faking the deformation on the surface. And we have a couple minutes while this map is being generated. I'm generating it for the difference between 6,000 or 6,000 polys and 6 million polys. Why does ZBrush generate the displacement as red and black? So you can actually use both normal with displacement. Generate the displacement as red and black. So you could actually use both normal with displacement. I'll have to get into that more with you, honestly. Like displacement, I mean, I've never seen it generate. I've never received it as red and black. It's always come out as black and white. Now, vector displacement, depending on your settings, will come out different, into different colors. But I've never received that with a straight displacement. The straight displacement map is pretty standard that it's black and white. The only time you get color is when you start playing with vector. You have to show me an example. If you want to email it to me, I'll check it out. And it's something that I've definitely not seen generated inside of ZBrush. But I have no problems like going, hey Paul, what is this? Why is this red and black, and how did that happen? Any other questions while we're waiting on this normal map? I got that while using the multi-map. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm using just the standard map generation since we're only generating 2 maps, but next character will be using multi-map exporter. So what are you guys thinking as far as your characters go? How you guys think you're all going to be able to make it by Sunday so we can do good Monday crits? Okay. Justin, how you doing? Kristen, how you doing? Marcos, how you doing? You guys hanging in there? All right. Well, even regardless, make sure that you post what you have so I can check out where you're going. I would love to see your progress, man. If you guys don't post and you don't share your work, you're only getting a portion of the class, right? Because then I'm not able. What I don't see, I'm not going to be able to help out with, right? I'm not going to be able to maybe help solve some issues for you guys or help you navigate through whatever issues you might be having. Cool, Christian. Glad to hear it. You can never get the normal maps from ZBrush to work in Maya. Well, there's a simple solution, and I'm going to use the simple solution right now. The simple solution is that, first of all, the way that maps are generated inside of ZBrush, if you were just to manually export this map and apply it to the surface of your model inside of Maya, it would come in upside down. You'd have to flip it, right? You have to flip it vertically for it to work. And then it would still even then take some tuning inside of the normal node to get it to work. But I'm going to show you guys just a quick way of getting this out so you don't have to go through that adjustment. So I'm going to export this. Say it again, I'm going to export it. Just waiting for the computer, waiting for ZBrush to catch up. There you go. Let's go to the desktop and new folder. Actually, I think I already have one in here. How in depth are we going in Maya? I'm not a Maya user. I'm going to go through topology in Maya with some of I'm going to go through like at the retopology with the new tools in 2015 because honestly, I was like screw Maya. I hate going into Maya. When I have to retopologize, because I love being in ZBrush. I feel so free in ZBrush, right? Going into Maya, I feel very locked down. I'm so controlled. I'm going to send this, create a folder called to Maya. So I am going to go through the new features because honestly, the new features inside of Maya are pretty awesome. And I'll try and I'm not going to go over fundamentals of Maya, right? But I will sort of call out some of the stuff I'm doing. If I show it, if I show it, I'll give at least a brief explanation of what's going on. And if you want, I'll just show you some basic navigation inside of Maya Justin separately. We can talk about it, okay? That way you're not lost at that point. So I'm going to save this out rather than OBJ. I'm going to save this out as a Maya ASCII. The reason why I'm saving this out as a Maya ASCII is because a Maya ASCII will export from ZBrush with the maps attached. There will already be a shader built for me. So let's switch over to Maya now.